Hello everyone, this is Mark Dickinson here, and in this video I'm going to share with you probably the single best discovery I've ever made for my business in terms of the amount of revenue it's made me. The technique I'm going to share with you is mass social bookmarking. So after you do the get your stuff in the social ladder, the reason why I do the social ladder I mentioned in the previous video, but I also use the exact same title and the exact same description with my mass social bookmarking. So, but I want to show you, there's a couple different options. Now, the way I found out about this was, gosh, I think it was about, August, September of 2011. I go to the, sites like wickedfire.com and see what's work, because you can see what's they have services over there, and you can kind of see what services are working. Now, I gotta warn you, if you come over to Wicked Fire, the language is, it's not for the faint of heart. So it's not exactly PG-13. So just a caution there. But they do have some. They do have some good services, and if a service doesn't work, they'll blast the person, so you can get the good feedback. So I'm just looking for something, a service I could do to boost my videos, and I came across a thread for mass social bookmarking, and this guy had good feedback. He closed his order, but so he was selling 1,000 social bookmarks for $25. 2,000 for 45, and 3,000 for 65. So now you may say, well, I can get these at Fiverr. Usually, you can't get this amount of a bookmark. You can't get 2,000 bookmarks for $5 on Fiverr.com. Because it's just not realistic. If you check around, these are the going prices for this many bookmarks. About $40, $45 for 2,000, and so everybody was talking about how their websites were just skyrocketing with this. So I just said, well, I'll just use this for video. So I was paying this guy north of $700 a month, and I tested a lot, and I tested all of his packages, and I found the 2,000 to be the sweet spot. And in my own testing, when I use software, I find that 1,500 to 2,000 bookmarks seems to be the sweet spot. And I've tested this a lot. I tried the 3,000 for $65, and I found that actually the 2,000 worked better. But anyways, I was paying this guy $45 an order, so my bill was like north of $700 a month, but it was worth it because I was making a lot of money with it, because it was just skyrocketing my videos. And in a lot of cases, this mass social bookmarking, it's keyword dependent again, but what we want to do is do the least amount of work to rank. So a lot of times you'll find that after you mass social bookmark, you'll start ranking after that. So anyways, I got tired of paying this guy, $45 a pop, and my bill of $700 a month was getting high. So I was looking around different software. Software I came upon is Bookmarking Demon. Now, there are other softwares out there that you can try, because Bookmarking Demon is $147. So you can try, there's one called, that people seem to like, called SB Bomber. This one is $48. And there'll be a link below the video. It's an affiliate link. But if you order any of these through my link, I'll give you a list of 2,000 bookmarks that I'm using in my own business. So I use Bookmarking Demon. Now, I haven't tried this, but I know people that are happy with it. So if you're on a budget, you can try it out. I base this course on doing what I told you I was doing in my business. So I'm going to demo the Bookmarking Demon and show you how to use it. I can't do that with the other softwares because I don't have this software. But I will tell you the thing I like about Bookmarking Demon is a couple things. I have tried other softwares, and the problem is that they opened up Internet Explorer, and so they're actually browser based. And what was happening with these massive lists is I was getting viruses on my computer, and it slows down your computer. When a software has to go to the to the internet to do this. Now, Bookmarking Demon doesn't do that, but the other software. So I was getting viruses, and on 2 different occasions, my business was shut down for a day to try to get rid of the viruses. I've never had a single problem with Bookmarking Demon, and I've had this software for over a year. And the thing I like about it is it just runs in the background, and I can set in the other softwares where you would set up each task manually. Like, for example, you'd set up the email registration, and then you'd wait for it to run and wait for that to be done. Then you set up the bookmarking and wait for that to be done, and so on and so forth. So you had to be in front of your computer. What I like about this is I can set everything in one go and push play and then go on about my business, and it runs in the background. And I've never gotten any viruses with this. And so what I like to do is I'll just run it before I go to bed at night. So that's basically what I like to do. Again, the other, I guess you can use SE Nuke for these jobs if you have SE Nuke. I personally don't. It's because it's pretty expensive, and I just need the bookmarking feature. So I found I just was like one-time payment of $147, and this thing's paid for itself many times over. Try it. Try it with your videos. You'll see exactly how it skyrockets your videos. So, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to use Bookmarking Demon. So the first thing I do is I add the site. So if you get the site list, like I said, if you purchase through my link, I'll give you a site of 2,000 bookmarks. So you just come over here to the Sites tab and click Add. Then you go to your notepad file that you'll have with all the sites and just copy and paste them here, and then you click Start, and it'll run. Now, what I do is I'll do it a couple times because sometimes it won't read the sites, or it won't. So I just do it a couple times to make sure I get the maximum amount, and then that's it. And anytime I get a list, the nice thing about it is if you already have the it'll detect duplicates. So if you already have the sites in here, it'll just cancel out the duplicate. So okay, so the first thing you want to do is come over and create an account profile, and it's very easy to do. Just click Add, and then it'll come up with it'll already have these names in here, which that's nice because that means you don't have to mess with it. And then the other thing is your bookmarks will look more natural because it won't have the same first name and last name and all that stuff at each site. So that part's pretty self-explanatory, and you want to name your profile whatever you're going to name it. Just make up a person or something. You want to set up an email account. So what you do here is I recommend setting up a Gmail account, and so you just leave this blank, this right here, and just put in the username and password of the Gmail account, and then you'll test settings. I'll do that here in just a second. Okay, so what I went ahead and did was I paused this and I went ahead and created a dummy Gmail account, and I recommend using. You don't want to use your own your personal Gmail account because you're going to get a lot of registration. You're going to get a ton of mail in your account. You don't want just create a dummy account. And so click on Settings, then Settings. This should be selected Gmail, and then Forwarding and POP IMAP. So click on Enable POP for all mail. I usually click Delete Gmail's copy, and then this will be Disable IMAP. That should be already selected. Then you save changes, Okay, so we have everything set up in your Gmail account with with the settings. So just come over here to your account profile. Make sure you have a name, email. Now I'm going to demo how to do the Gmail. That's all I use, and that's what I recommend. But if you want to use something else, they have Hotmail, Yahoo.co.uk, and others. And the instructions will be with the documentation, but I just use Gmail. So you're going to type in your Gmail address. And this should be, these numbers will be normally be the default for the proper template, but this should say 995 and 587 for Gmail. And you just type in your username and password so that it can validate, so that you can make sure that the software communicates. Hit test settings. It's connected, and you're done. So you're done with that part. You just click save. And while it's doing that, I'll pause it. Okay, so after you have your account profile done, you're going to want to go over to Visual Aid, and this is where you can use third-party CAPTCHA providers so that you don't have to manually enter the CAPTCHAs. And believe me, you don't want to, because if you're trying to get 1,000 or 1,500 to 2,000 bookmarks, that's not going to work. So what I use, and the only one I really use, is Death by CAPTCHA, and I'll go ahead and put a link below the video, but it's deathbycaptcha.com. And then on the priority, so you come down here, and so what you do is you open up an account with Death by CAPTCHA if you don't already have one. And then here you just put your username and password in there. The reason why I use this, it's the cheapest, and it's always worked fine for me. Then you make sure you put make sure this is a first priority here, and then you can always check your balance here. Okay. And after you do that, push save. Okay. Now, so now we have a profile ready to go. We have with our email and all that set up, and we've added our sites, and so you only have to add the first part of when you're adding your sites. You only have to do that when you get new lists. So we have all our bookmark sites in there. So now we're going to go ahead and start a project. So we're going to click on the Projects tab, then New, and we'll call this We'll just call this Tube Traffic Secrets, since I'm just going to copy over my Tube Traffic Secrets. Okay, so we're going to click on the Tube Traffic Secrets project, and if since I just created this, I don't have any tasks in here. And incidentally, I always erase whatever I have in here because I blast all my links. I don't drip feed them, and so and that's the nice thing about video is you don't have to walk on eggshells like you do with traditional websites. So I blast all my links in one go, and then I delete the project. Otherwise, it tends to clog everything up, at least in my opinion. I like being able to have a clean interface when I come in and use the software. So you select your project so in this case, Tube Traffic Secrets. We're going to click on New Task, and then Bookmark Task. And here we're going to select the sites we have. It allows you to select certain sites. So you click on Add, and I just select all of them. Here's what I do. I show all sites. I don't select from a group, and I don't set a category. And the reason for this is if you do that, you're going to get a lot less sites. I want to submit them to all of these sites. So I'm just going to click on Select All. All of them are selected, and then Add. And this is going to take a little bit to run, so I'm going to go ahead and pause the video until that's done. Okay, so that's step one. You pick the sites you want. Step two is you choose what account profile you're going to use. So I'm just going to use the one that I just added. And then step 3. So you're going to add your URL. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head on over to Social Adder and grab my YouTube address. And then I'm going to click Start. And then down here, again, I'm going to go over to Social Adder. I'm going to copy my title, and paste that here. Description. Copy from Social Adder. Again, this is how I do it. Never had a problem with this. And then now, the reason why we're doing this, the software, when you put the URL in here, it snags everything from YouTube. So you want to do this because otherwise you're going to have the exact same stuff as YouTube. And this part's important with the tags. Delete all the tags except for the product name, because the reason why is because some of these sites have they don't allow for a lot of characters. So I've done, I've tried to put in a couple tags like, for instance, tube traffic secrets, tube traffic secrets review, and so on, and just a couple keywords. And a lot of the sites don't. Those are too many characters, so your bookmark gets rejected, and we want the link. So just put the name of your product, and that's it. Okay. And then you can come down here in preview. I recommend doing this because that way you can see if you're doing the spinner syntax, sometimes you'll forget to leave off the closing bracket, and it'll just be a bunch of gibberish. So then you can click spin here a couple times to see what everything looks like. Okay. So that's that. Now, if let's say you want to. Okay. So over here you have the different options. So for task name, I didn't name this anything, but you could name it Tube Traffic Secrets. So I always submit now. I leave these basically default. I leave everything here default. I don't monkey with any of this stuff. Then I click save. And I'll pause that while it's going. Okay, so in the sales letter, I've shown you some of my sites or videos where I got 2 videos ranked on the first page of Google. So if you'd like to do that, and I highly encourage you to do it, just make 2 different videos. 2 videos are better than 1, and basically we're just going to do the same process. Except you don't. If you're going the 2 video route, you don't need to do another Social Adder form. But what I do, and what I did in these scenarios, was I use the same. Social Adder description, just on a different URL. So we're going to add another page to bookmark. So I'm going to come up here. Let's just say I want to use this one. Click there. And this is a good thing to do. Incidentally, as I showed you these 2 videos made me $1,000 with very little work within like a week or 2. So then we just follow the same process we just did. Click start, and then come down here. And so I just come back here to Social Adder, and I just do like I just did. I'll use the same description or the same title and description for both bookmarks and again, it worked just fine for me. And as you saw in the sales letter, I did it for multiple for multiple videos. Whoops. So I'll just copy and paste the description. And remember what I told you about the tags. Let's get rid of the only keep the keyword in there. Leave everything blank. Like I said, I do submit now. Leave all this blank. Submission speed, I leave it about right there. Click save. And that's it. And I'll show you once it's done. You just click the play button. I'll show you in a minute. Okay. Okay, so you just, once you're done, all you got to do is push this, and it'll just run in the background. So that is it. So if you have any questions, just let me know. Pretty simple. With Bookmarking Demon, I don't use any of the features like drip feed or anything. I just do exactly what I just showed you in this video. So, and if Bookmarking Demon's not for you, I understand. I'm just showing, like I said in the video, I'm just showing you exactly how I run my business and how I get my rankings. But you know, it's a great tool, and like I said, you know, you gotta invest in your business. So anyhow, I hope this video finds you well, and I'll talk to you soon.